Who's she laning?
Not Pebbles, Rally.
With Rally?
It was Pebbles.
Yeah, no, they picked up
Rally,
Rally
right?
first. Yeah, exactly. It was a Luna Rally in mid, and Rally's able to thrive still, even in those 1-2. So maybe they should have actually chosen to box out the Wild Soul instead. I know Fitzy plays a phenomenal empath. We saw support that one game playing empath, managed to really punish the Wild Soul. And given the Moon Queen, like maybe her early 350, 400 gold per minute, that's when she explodes. 250 GPM Moon Queen that's pretty much going toe-to-toe or even in a lane with Wild Soul isn't exactly what you want.
True, very true. So planning stage finishing up right here. These two teams kind of flying by pretty quickly, at least initially. Lodestone Tempest, Ophelia Parasite were the blind bands coming out. So as far as the locks, you got Keeper, Rally, Engineer, Pebbles, Magnus, and a Luna. And then the band so far, Predator, Deadwood, Fade, Master of Arms coming out here. So one more on either side. Remember we saw a Sandwraith band last game by Complexity. I wonder if that's just going to be passed up this time.
Yeah, Complexity taking a nod to their defeat to Predator before. Overall similar block picking pool that we've seen. Otherwise, this game, Ophelia and Parasite. So it's actually made more interesting because of the fact that Keeper of the Forest is the only power jungler that we're going to see in this lock pool. Lodestone Tempest, this time being banned out by Complexity. And Scout's on board, which means, hey, we're okay. Take the Keeper of the Forest suicide. We're going to try to draft something against it that'll be quite powerful. Maybe is their thought process a little bit on that. Except B-Kid, I mean, he's confident. He locked up that Keeper of the Forest first. And I don't think it was as a bait in the lock pool. I think it is going to be a pretty fast draft. Scout made it through the entire pool, unpicked, unbanned. Still not being addressed, but the Demented Shaman,
they have something in
you
mind.
know, they're notorious for busting out that Zephyr. They're notorious for busting out that Balfagor here in combination with the Demented Shaman.
So what if you're Complexity, do you contemplate going Zephyr here yourself? Or do you just say,
there's other options besides
just
Zephyr. You can always run a solo DS and still have a pretty strong team. Even with Warbeast, it's pretty effective, man.
True.
So it's not
necessarily you need to pick it to prevent it, I guess, but
actually, Demented Shaman solo is something we haven't seen too much of here. Throughout the tournament, so don't be surprised to see that.
I don't even know if we've seen Demented Shaman, frankly, to be honest. I don't recall casting him this event here in the DreamHack.
It goes to show you how trends sort of bounce in and out.
They really do. Look at this, Nymphora. Speaking of another year, we really haven't seen too much
and we've been commenting on it too. Like teams that Nymfora's available has honestly an incredible skill set when you break it down. And Torture being drafted in more of a carry role here.
It's almost as if we could have guessed that. Zephyr, the final
Is this
pick.
the Zephyr hack? Is it shaping up?
We jinxed it. We jinxed it. Zephyr hack coming at you.
It wouldn't have been the same DreamHack without seeing Zephyr, but we need to see Zephyr thrive first.
Exactly. Look at this.
Call me biased, but
I
I want to see Zephyr thrive in this game.
Hey,
not only just 2 reasons. Go to a game 3.
Okay,
that's the first one.
That's the only reason you need. I mean, that's a good enough reason. But what is your other reason?
Well, just more in the fun of the predictions because we're having fun poking fun at how Zephyr always ruins DreamHack.
Yeah,
and will the Big Bird make another appearance?
He needs to use the Party Zephyr, though. If he doesn't use the Party Zephyr...
I actually am disgusted by Party Zephyr. I hope to never see that skin. I'm actually not a fan of the troll skins, man. I get actually really annoyed. I'm playing Heroes of New Earth. This is my fantasy game Escape. I'm a huge nerd. And then all of a sudden I see an afroed out bird coming into the game. It's like, what the hell are you doing?
It's pretty
just like when I saw the Chippendale skin.
Anyway,
back on focus here. This is game 2 of the lower bracket finals. What?
He's the Turkey Zephyr.
Yeah, excellent.
Gobble, gobble.
Voiced by Stu Burrow. Shout out to him.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, I knew that. Yeah.
This is phenomenal. He can do it in real life for you. All of the Turkey Zephyr sounds.
Yes.
Sound
he does it all day. He goes around the office.
It's kind of messed up. I'm not actually sure what he does. But does a phenomenal Zephyr impression, though. Or Zephyr's doing an impression of him. Either way, back on focus here. Torture. I said initially when I saw it picked up, I was like, oh, probably going to be played by Trelf. But no, Trelf's going to be playing more of this solo Bubbles instead. Moonmeander playing that Suicide Keeper of the Forest. And now curious to see, Bubbles, Trelf used to mention liking it a lot, but it was more of like a solo Bubbles mid, and as a hero, like similar to like Rally, that you can put him up mid and expect him not to die, still survive, do levels, and in that case, you can actually run a hero in the safe lane. Like a Pebbles that you really rely on having a lot of momentum, and a hero like Nymphora, which not going to receive too much of a threat there. in the safe lane, and it will allow her to hit level 6 without too much contestion.
Yeah.
They do have a Torture as well, so maybe some roaming action coming out.
All right, whatever issues were there, maybe even just a pregame speech coming out, but we're good to go nonetheless. And into the laning phase we go. Neither team going full force as we've seen throughout this tournament as far as all 5 going somewhere. Instead, they're going to spread things out from the beginning. We'll see where they eventually end up, of course. But yeah, Rise are playing that secondary support here.
Wouldn't be surprised to see an aggressive lane setup coming here.
Looks like we are.
Out of Stay Green.
Possible.
Throwing a curveball, because I think this entire tournament has been not played, but outside of the games where we saw VDT playing, well, the junglist games like right here, Alborn team not having a jungle, outside of VDT playing those and seeing like a little bit of roaming on the supports and taking over the lanes, it's otherwise been that conventional laning setup.
Yeah.
Seeing one hero go to the suicide, the dual lane mid, then the short lane versus suicide matchup on each team for jungle versus jungle. So a little bit of a curveball thrown out here, and maybe seeking to catch Complexity off guard.
Are we going to see a keeper mid? I think we actually may. Keeper the Forest, it looks like.
Yeah, we talked about it. It looks like, you know, instead, thought it might be more of that bubbles mid, the keeper's suicide, but keeper mid. Both teams sort of having a trying to like mess up with their opponent's heads. It's not going to be that tri-lane event. There's the rally engineer going bottom in the end, but so yeah, choosing to end up Zephyr DS. It was actually like I'd say the bread and butter lane that I remembered coming out of Sigrid. We were seeing Insania and Limp playing that duo a lot. It would actually be Limp playing it instead of Noob G, and
that's right.
Noob G would be stuck in the safe lane. But this time it's Minuts and Haxrin in the mid lane. Definitely a different pace of the game, and meanwhile Complexity with the first aggressive tri-lane I've seen in the tournament, I believe.
Yeah,
like straight up raw aggressive tri-lane.
I agree. I don't think we've had that actually this event. It's neither team running a jungle in this game, at least. I mean, that is, especially in this matchup, is very damn rare. So that's also something to really.
And the other thing is they were trying to punish the Zephyr, and that's why you actually see them with that switch of the lanes. The Zephyr going mid, the Engineer rally bottom, and they got inside their heads. They don't want an aggressive tri-lane against Wretched Hag. They're going to be sitting there wasting time. So what could have been fun, just, going to adapt these lanes instead. Trying to address the big bad bird.
The keeper
the Forest Amphora is a pretty pathetic lane at that. So in terms of stopping Zephyr's farm, man, that is not what you want. He's like, oh, well, that's interesting. Suppose I'll take my free farm now and gobble my way to victory.
I don't know. I mean, it seems like should Complexity go a little further with this exchange here, because keeper in 4, it does seem like that this is, I mean, you might as well just have a keeper here. Not saying that would be better, but again, it's not a lane that brings any threat, really.
Okay, you're going to go with an Amphora Bubbles then. And,
I
mean,
I guess this is making a point that they're prioritizing more farm on Pebbles than they are stopping Zephyr's farm.
Right.
Because they could send something like a Torture or mid here with Nymphora.
Well, we talked about in my initial, when we were initially trying to plot out the lanes, I'm like, all right, more likely than not going to see that keeper suicide of Bubbles mid, and that the safe lane Pebbles mid either in the tri-lane, you know, and box him out, maybe see some roaming. Instead, they tried to throw a curveball, trying to get inside of Trademark's head, but they were one step ahead, knew that they were trying to throw a curveball and set it up this way. Had they actually sent the safe lane Pebbles tri-lane bottom, would have been an okay spot, still pretty tough to kill against a rally. Rally denying a lot of potential kills, much like how a Behemoth might in a dual lane versus tri-lane situation. So either way, I mean, gotta give credit to Trademark with some very safe laning.
Let's get it on.
What's going on here with the?
It's like pause, ready. Literally as soon as I pause, ready. It's
I can't listen to
what actually happened.
I actually cannot highlight over his Zephyr. It's actually causing me distress. Every time I hear the gobble, man, I just see Burrow's face phase into the middle of the screen. And
that's not a face you want, man.
Nope.
Engraved in your mind. Get out. But,
yeah, Rally.
No, he's an awesome
Rally
guy.
engineer.
Joking. He's probably tuning in. He's probably going to come over here now.
I hope he's tuning in.
Probably is. Love you. I love you, Burrow. You know I do. I feel bad now. Damn it, Pan Man.
I didn't say he wasn't a good-looking face. I
was joking. All right, 2.5 minutes in here. Who's going top? It looks like Nymphora trying to maybe sneak up here at the top lane with that Invis rune.
Yeah, I figured.
But
Yeah, the movement into the keeper Nymphora lane just didn't actually do anything against that first surprise. So
Yeah.
top lane, the Invis Rune should be able to set up a kill here if it has a well-placed Zeal stun. And here's the opening.
No, here it is. There it is. There's the Zeal stun. It is well placed. Stalagmas, he's trying to blink. Navi Par's just spamming that W, but it's not going to happen. Zai trying to blink away that whole time, you could tell, but great staggering of the stuns there by Complexity, and gets the Bloodless kill.
So, while the tri-lane in and of itself against the Hag might have been a bit of a waste of time, that movement paid off, man. Controlling the top rune, invisibility.
Yeah. Oh, Bubbles.
Hellborn team has their wards placed on the bottom side of the map. Sorry about that.
Bubbles running away. The final auto attack going to do him in, though. The turret's slow. Just a little too much for him to handle. Didn't catch that initially, but obviously the Shell Surf was just coming off cooldown there, so not able to get away with it. So Trout gets picked off. What's been a 2v1 lane pretty much the whole time down there. And actually, speaking of that, look at Trout. He doesn't even have a creep kill yet. He's level 2. So this Engineer rally lane has locked him down quite a bit here.
Bubbles normally pretty tough to actually pin down, especially considering like Keg can be easily knocked out. I have to assume that they led with Compel there because a Keg stun, no way you're actually going to hit that against Bubbles with take cover.
Yeah. No.
And actually seeing Bubbles rotate to the mid now, so adapting a bit more in Moon Meander, having been forced out of the lane pretty much as a melee keeper of the force against the Zephyr, taking to the woods, and I like the adaptation, I really do.
Yeah, again, it's your Bubbles is getting literally nothing, so this at least will get him something here, at least the levels, and maybe a little bit of CS here. While keeping the force, of course, he comes from farming in the jungle, nothing new for him here, and even on top of that, he's being babysat by Nymphora, and Nymphora's just feeding him mana. He has a level 2 Grace with the Nymph, so every time he spawns those trees, maybe puts that Nature's Veil on himself, he's just gonna constantly be up there in the mana pool. So just have a nice mana bot for him. Yeah, dual in the jungle, exactly. So
once he gets through, actually, that double roam can be effective in Nymphora. Maybe now we're going to keep mid fed as well and help him in his laning and creep killing. Yeah, he is. So every time he wants to spam that nuke, pick up some CS here. But Nymphora, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, man. Nymphora needs a home. Can apply some pressure here onto the Zephyr, who doesn't have a helmet yet. Went for the early boots vestment bottle.
Yeah, interesting, actually.
I think that's all he's got at this point now, too. So some kills on him. Sure, it's nice for the laning, but
yeah, I kind of wonder about that. It's
not going to
see the helm all the time rushed.
Well, you do, and especially considering a lane that he was only just against Keeper of the Forest, you might consider, give him total free farm and just rush a quick helm. Yeah, went for more of this early laning presence instead. And, well, if he's able to continue it from this point on, it'll pay off. Gotta be wary though, Keeper when he hits level 6, gonna try to make something happen.
Engineer finding Keeper of the Force in that jungle, but running away before anything dangerous happens.
I believe this hard camp will give Moon the level 6 he's looking for.
Get that root and perhaps set up that successful gank. Bottom lane, Rally is free farming himself. Got the scope per minute chart up for quite a bit. And Pebble's obviously the overall leader at 415, but Rally's next in line. This is a game pretty even on both sides when you look at the big picture. I mean, you got kind of 2 heroes that are up there, and then the other 3 are just completely falling off the chart.
Yeah, so the weight distribution just being a little bit different between the 2 leaders, but overall, you look at the total numbers, and they're only just 300 gold behind here on Complexity. Let's look back to the laning, though. Minuts could not have chosen better lanes for his team.
Yeah. Yeah, it's worked out very well, seems like. I mean, Wretched Hag obviously not getting much farm, but she's level 4 now. And
now look, losing lane control, they take the stacks.
Yeah. Might as well take advantage of some stacked camps, and obviously with Zephyr and the Cyclones, especially with Dimension Shaman supporting you while you're doing it, it can be fairly easy there to continue to increase that farm. Him and Rowley both up there. Pebble's also up there with the other 2. Oh, the courier right there. I was flying right into the Hellborn team. That was a little
keeping
risky.
my eye on the Keeper of the Forest, man.
Yeah.
That's got to be the crucial playmaker of this early game, at least in terms of complexity. Otherwise, will we see Rally rotate and try to make something happen? He is level 6. Pebble's getting uncontested farm top. Are they okay with this, letting him farm his way to a 9-10 minute portal key? Or will they have something to say about it? Just be content to farm up and let tanked up Zephyr lead the way.
Yeah. Zai playing the Wretched Hag in a difficult situation. He's no stranger to that. He used to play Suicide Hack all the time. Obviously, that's kind of strayed away a little bit here in the recent history, but you know, he's all about knowing how to recover, is my point. So I'm sure Zai looking to be just fine in the end. But again, he's having a very struggling start, as are several heroes in this game. The 3 heroes on either side. I mean, again, you keep pulling up that goal per minute chart, and it really explains the story right now. It is skewed in favor of SGEU because of that Keeper of the Forest. You keep going back to you, looking forward to having Moonman have an impact here. He's level 7, going to pick up this refreshment rune right in front of Engineer.
That's the impact we were looking for. He took Engineer's refreshment rune.
Back to farming.
Striking blow that Engineer will not soon be able to recover from.
Right.
That's
scary for Engineer there.
passive early game. Both teams
It's
contend
very
with
passive,
letting those primary farm heroes just really take off, and more so in the favor of Trademark now. You see the graph expanding. 420 minute gold per minute there on Rally, and 420 on the Zephyr as well. Helm of the Black Legion procured, and
this is definitely going to be one of those games where we spent all this time farming in this initial phase, and you know,
one blow-up fight.
Exactly, one big fight to kind of decide it all is what it's going to come down to. Especially with, well, I mean, Zephyr lineups tend to work that way as well, to be honest. So
yeah, that's true.
You know, it's just about finding that sweet spot. They got the Helm of the Black Legion on him. He has some Mystic Vestments. You know, maybe upgraded boots here, and then we could possibly start seeing a little bit more aggression coming out from SGEU at least. As far as complexity is concerned, I mean, the obvious portal key on Pebbles is going to be big. That partnered with Nymphora and starting to move around.
Right on track for that 10-minute mark, exactly. That's what each team has a specific objective in mind. For complexity, it's, you know, higher levels on Pebbles, getting that 10-minute portal key, making ganks happen.
Yep.
For the Hellborn team, it's like, let's tank out thick enough and be too much of a, I guess, a powerhouse force to even be bothered by the ganks. We're just going to overrun the team fights as we're going to be way too scary by the point that they're actually able to kill us. Taking a look further, you actually see Demented Shaman in the skill build he went. Did get 3 points in Entangle, and while Demented Shaman sort of forced to play more passive early game, he doesn't actually have a stun on his Entangle, or that 1 second stun until you get 3 points into it. Now has it. He's actually choosing to level up the Unbreakable instead. Just wants those 3 points once again for the 1 second stun. That's when it begins to tick in.
Yeah. The Healing Wave 2 and then the Unbreakable level 1. So,
yeah.
It definitely varies depending on the lane situation and whatnot. How I prefer personally to see that. And
I do too. I don't like the pure passive route because
Yeah.
I feel like you're always making reactive plays at that time. And
oh yeah, no, it's definitely I don't mind it this game at all. I was getting at here. So.
Complexity top, I was saying I was looking forward to Zephyr, Keeper of the Forest being the playmaker. Pebble is not going to go for that surprise portal key initiation, just going to show it as he takes down these towers. So their cards are out on the table.
Yep.
No surprises here.
And Nymphora 6. So again, you talk about Nymphora porting around, setting up that portal key Pebbles to somewhere, and before you know it, he has a killer too. So.
All they're waiting on now is Bubbles to catch up.
Yeah. Bubbles Tralfamador finding himself in again a game that he's not used to struggling in the farm, but had a very difficult time in the early phase, understandably, against that Rally Engineer, and he's done his best to recover so far. He is still level 5, so once he gets level 6, at least we'll have that Kelfield presence, and there you go. Does get the level 6 mark here.
Hell, I mean, even Nymphora Bubbles as a ganking presence is actually pretty strong to port around too. Using her Homecoming Stone here. Where is she shaping up? To the top lane to join up with Pebbles to set up a gank here on the mid lane. Demented Shaman's got to be careful. No one's around to protect him.
Oh, this is a dead my nuts right here. There's
what
that
a
jump.
disaster.
There's the combo, and B-Kid gets credit. Sets up an assist for Tralf as well. Yeah, my nuts never stood a chance right there.
Keeper of the Forest. Coming out of the woods and can help set up this push, man.
Easy tower kill.
They should pressure too and at least make them group up here. Let's take a look at the bottom tower in the meanwhile. Full health. They can't contend to split push this, man. They're not going to push it nearly fast enough. They're going to pull everyone back to mid here and take a break in the farm. Unless they're choosing to sacrifice it, letting it go. And no, there's the port. They're not. They want to fight this. Or at least fend them off. Complexity going to be afraid in the end.
Look at that farm, man. I mean, Helm, Steam Boots, Power Supply. Only 12 minutes in, so.
Yeah, all those early game items and pretty much similar loadout there on the Big Bird as well. I mean, they're sitting on pretty much neck and neck exact goal per minute.
Yeah.
CS varying a bit. Rally sitting on the near 60 denies. Go back to the lane control he established against the Bubbles there, and that tells most of that story.
95-58, wow.
Yeah, but Zephyr taking off in his own way.
Oh, I misread that. I was like, holy crap, Zephyr, 440 creep kills, though. No, that's a goal per minute, though.
At 12 minute mark, that's going to be a new record here at Hotcast. No, I'm kidding.
Haxter, what are you on?
I want some of it. No.
He was the best farmer coming into this game here as far as the stats go for this event so far, but dear God, that would have been just absurd. No, not that good, though. 13 minutes in. Complexity, a 2,000 COL lead here. Keeper of the Forest is going to push the top lane. He got Pebbles. He's going to hope for that chance here. But so far, nothing coming just yet, so Keeper will just continue to pound into the tower until something happens here.
We've seen, this is very reminiscent of the old State Green where they just don't fight you.
Yeah.
They grow out just getting big on these two massive. This is the style of play actually that won them so many Hot Tour cycles actually.
Yeah.
Frustrating to play against because like you're trying to force all these fights, you're trying to push down their towers.
They're just like
they're split pushing the entire time, avoiding you, and getting Zephyr his 6,000 GPM.
They like their PvE missions, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, of course, it's all part of a bigger picture, but yeah. I know it is frustrating, but they're masters of their craft in that regard, and sort of falling back on the style of play that, well.
You know what's just hitting me too? I can't believe we haven't really announced this at all, but this is a rematch of last year's last DreamHack Winter.
We actually didn't even touch on that. That's right.
This technically
the lower
is a
bracket
rematch.
here, so no matter what, we're going to see a different
finals.
composition in the grand finals.
Yep. Tower going down right there. Moonmeter got credit actually. That was really closer than I. But yeah, the minions just a little bit too much. But yeah, again, there's obviously a couple of players have changed.
Well, actually, quite a number.
And then, oh yeah, Riser as well, I guess. So, but then over there at SGE, you got Fitzgay and Haxrid, of course. Now,
Riser replacing Chessie back in the day.
Exactly. So a couple of changes, but technically, these are the two teams that fought in the
exactly
previous DreamHack Grand
Same
Finals,
captain, same 3 core players.
All right, so tower kill happening though, and Zephyr continuing to farm. He has a mighty blade here. What do you think, the Frostburn or the Shrunken Head?
Frostburn or the Shrunken Head for the bird?
Yeah.
Take a look at the teams a bit more closely. Shrunken Head.
Yeah.
If he doesn't go Shrunken Head, I'm gonna be fairly salty about it.
Yeah.
You'll definitely hear about it. Going against a Bubbles, a Pebbles, an Amphora, Torture, Keeper to the Forest.
Seems
I mean,
like
that doesn't scream Shrunken Head.
These guys.
I don't know what does.
Yeah.
Frostburn does not have that turnaround potential I think we'd be looking for here. A well-timed Shrunken Head on that initiate can really screw up their day, and they have to be really careful while jumping that Zephyr.
Yeah, I mean, the idea that, an Icebrand and eventually Frostburn, obviously more of a damage threat, but at the same time, if you're able to be mobile, move around with the Shrunken Head, then, you're technically doing more damage. So
yeah, I mean, I constantly refer to Icebrand as being one of the worst items in the game.
Really?
Yeah, okay. It gives you the health, so if you need to tank up a little bit, sure. But what it actually does for you until you turn it into Frostburn. Frostburn's all right. Icebrand, though, man, just the build-up is atrocious.
Keeper?
So.
I don't think Keeper's used his root just yet, by the way. He's sitting right on top of Raleigh. Okay, well, guess what Zephyr just purchased?
I saw it.
Yep. So I take it you're not a fan. We really need that face. I mean, that was just a face of disgust from Hemper right there. He's like,
I suppose this would be a good time to debut the new Can You Not Sloth stamp that we were talking about. You have that right, Dylan?
You have that lined up?
Okay.
He definitely doesn't.
All right, I don't even know what you do anymore then. Okay. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Ouch, ouch.
All right. I'm kidding, though. Yeah, Icebrand, I guess, just going for a more explosive game instead.
I mean, again, he does have Demented Shaman. He does have Rally. He has some ability ways with his teammates. But, oh, look at this. Oh, no. Oh, no. Haxerin. Oh, gosh. Okay, he's in between people. Haxerin, stop.
He's walking into the...
It's a trap! It's a trap! The Typhoon goes down. But the Bad got to set it up. Saves the day. Pebbles trying to run away. The Nature's Spell going to be applied. The root used very defensively right there. And it works out beautifully for Stay Green EU. Zai could not have been better timing right there. With the Bat Blast, a random gust going to come out, not going to connect. Both Pebbles and Keeper of the Forest, they're going to try to run away. Pebbles will be porting away, so will Keeper of the Forest. Can he get away? Compel. Oh, is this a little late? Oh, Limp. Limp had it. He just was a little late to the party there. Will be fine.
Slightly, but yeah, we were talking about maybe just improving a little bit the Ice Brand pickup, but either way, Haxer and man making it work there. Didn't matter. He barely even took any damage there at the end. So
yeah, well,
yeah, we were expecting him to get jumped in.
Him to
we
get
saw
bursted.
Him to get bursted down before he was able to do anything. But oh man, on the other side, I think Zephyr. Now the attempt. Are they going to have enough damage?
Unbreakable, no! The travel time of the Unbreakable just did not reach him. Minus now trying to run away. He does have a heal, or he doesn't actually have a heal, but it doesn't matter. He won't need it. The tower does fall. So how about that though? Complexity. They come back fighting strong after what happened there at the top lane, and just like that,
the hunt is on Moomiander though. Breaky, scroll to the top lane. We've got something about to go down.
He's gonna run in right here. We got both Engineer and Rally nearby. Moomiander, or this is Tralf actually. Yeah, Tralf. There's the Compel Seismic Slam. It will connect. The Kegstone lands, and the turret to help finish him off. So Tralf and Medor continuing his struggles here, unfortunately, here in game number 1, or 2, excuse me. As 18.5 minutes in. So overall, big picture Complexity has the goalie still about 4,400. Especially with that kill on Zephyr feeling pretty good.
Yeah, we were expecting exactly what happened to Zephyr there in the bottom lane before the keep came out.
I call his name and he dies.
Exactly, Caster's Curse. And well, look at that ward placed by Peter Pandam. They scouted him coming out, and now they're actually beginning to get into the whole jive of their combo. Before the top lane, we were expecting that exact thing to happen to Zephyr, but he actually got the initiate onto them, casted his Gust into the Typhoon before they were even able to get anything off, and that's when Zai appeared, man. But it doesn't seem to matter. They're keeping the aggression up now.
Yeah,
How will Stay Green EU respond?
Oh, well, this is not going to help things. Zephyr going to be jumping again. He's obviously very tanky, but the stun rotation is beautiful there once again from Complexity. Tralfamador will come in at the last second to clean it up with the Kelfield and the Song of the Sea. And again, another pick on Zephyr. This is absolutely a free tower kill top. This is arguably a tower kill in the base here. They're not going to go for it, though. They may go for Kongor, perhaps. I mean, it's only 30 seconds, I guess. So it's not, we are still very early on in the game, now I think about it. But another big pick-off for Complexity there. Again, they're up 1-0. They're looking to win one more to go to the grand finals, face off against Stay Green. But SGEU must have something to say about it.
I just feel like if you're trying to maybe bait out the damage too from this heavy spell ice team for your team to come in and clean up too, we've seen that Zephyr Wretched Hack combo before. I mean, honestly, that's the exact hero combo that Stay Green was. Oh shoot! Bottom lane again, another pick off here. This time in favor of Stay Green EU.
But will it be in the end? We see the Legion team kind of reacting. Torture doing what he can, but not nearly enough damage to take out what has been a pretty farmed limp here playing the rally. And actually, the rest of the Complexity is going to fall back. Keeper of the Forest, obviously, he's not there. He's at the Ancient. So, yeah, nice pick onto Pebbles using that new Portal Keys rally. And they're going to apply some pressure now to this bottom tower, perhaps. But actually, they're going to fall back because their teammates are as well.
They need to do something about this, the aggressive warding that Complexity's got going on, or else Nymphora is going to keep harassing this Zephyr. I was going to say, you know, oh god, Keeper of the Force is up there. That ward is going to spot him out again. It only has another minute and a half left. Pebbles, where are you at? Not near the Nymphora just yet. 4 ports up. Combined with Keeper of the Force. Those are just the illusions right now, though. The actual Keeper of the Force on the side there.
Here.
They could jump him again. Not going to actually do that now. I was going to say, if you're just looking to bait out the magic damage from the Legion side and then turn it around with that giant AoE combo, you look at something like even a Shaman's Headdress maybe to accomplish that.
Yeah.
I feel like Icebrand just, I don't know.
Well,
hopefully
with the
he can prove us wrong.
I was going to say, with the Icebrand, I mean, eventually we'll get to the Frostburn, of course, so.
Yeah.
As you're talking about. I mean,
that's like great. You need to see the synergy more with Zephyr there, especially in combination with the Wind Shield and the bonus move speed that gives you. Really makes it hard to kite against you, allows you to keep that Cyclone damage on.
Yeah. Soul's Bulwark on Pebbles, by the way. Moomiander's farm, he was always out of the top 4. He was kind of the one that was trailing a little bit behind, but now he's really stepped it up. And in fact, he's higher than both Zephyr and Rally.
Oh, wow.
Comes to his goal per minute.
That's
yeah, look
a really
at that.
good point, Ricky. I didn't realize that.
Just didn't look at the chart, and sure enough, he's up there. Demented Shaman,
yeah, I caught
he's
that
down there.
Yeah, there, but standard Pebbles gank. I said they got to do something here about the warding that Peter Pandem has. They did counter the order that was placed up there, but meanwhile, while that was going on, Minot's picked off on the bottom lane. They are really just not able to find any farm here. Nymphora here that we saw absent from most of the tournament, having a ridiculously huge impact in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, again, I think this is the first game we've seen here at DreamHack, at least here on Hogcast. So Zephyr gusting the creep wave in. You see keeping the force in the front lines. He's pretty beefy himself, so not too worried about getting jumped. However, Complexity wanted to give it a go, especially with the barrier idle, but clearly SGEU doing more than enough to hold them off. And they're going to start pushing back themselves. So
the play that Complexity is moving forward with in this game too, man. Compared to the game against SG, they're not getting overly greedy.
Yeah. We
saw the pushes against SG where they were like they weren't ready for it. You know, they were going and they weren't ready to actually commit and make something happen like middle. They didn't have the Tempest ulti up. They went up against the Keeper ulti and the 5-man team and a bunch of overextensions like that. This game, after they're taking leads, they're taking those small advantages and letting them compile on top of each other and grow into, in the end, a huge lead, not just trying to brute force it.
Really force it.
Yeah.
Excuse me there. You do see the Mighty Blade pick up on Hack's run, by the way. So to follow up the Ice Brand, it looks like he is going to be going the Shrunken Head here.
Oh, yeah.
He will have it now, so well, eventually he will have it.
5 thumbs up to that.
Now he's going to get it. So yeah, I just wanted the Ice Brand initially for maybe a little more health, I guess, and then as well as that attack modifier, of course. But this tower is going to fall. Complexity, not much that can be defended here.
No, I know. It's just 3 movement speed per charge. 3% adds up to 10% in the end, and with that windshield, 20% difference. But yeah, I just have this personal disgust for Ice Brand. That's all. It's between me. I actually pick it up sometimes. I do pick it up sometimes, but I always hate myself while I'm doing it.
Well, I know the heroes that were talked about, especially when Dawnbringer was introduced into
Zephyr.
Tournament was Zephyr,
and that actually might read more what he's ultimately going to go for. And I think it's actually phenomenal. A much better item for Zephyr than going for that Mach even. I mean, you are hitting those targets in the end. It helps you prevent from getting kited. So it gives you that dot damage that, at least on the target that you're going for.
Oh, Zephyr gonna be jumped. Pebbles going in, and the whole team going in, and Haxer will be bursting out. He does have a buyback Bat Blast used in the process. We do see Bubbles in the background. Pebbles also dropping low. He cannot get away. He will fall. They're trying to pour it out. They both will pour it out before the Sonar Scream. Haxer bought back, and they only get the 1 counter kill onto Pebbles. So, I mean, they didn't get a buyback to Complexity, so I still think they definitely won the fight right there.
Still with Pebbles dead, Haxer knows that he can go get a bit of free farm right here.
Yeah.
I guess Skype just crashed on Complexity's end, so a pretty good thing that they're pausing there for it. And in the end, yeah, sure, a good pickoff, but if they stall to the late game, I mean, you're looking at a Pebbles there trying to out-carry against it. I mean, you have Pebbles, you have a Torture who, being played as secondary support, will eventually become a beast of his own, but they're all attempting to carry here against this Big Bird and Wretched Hag into the late, and I've got to give it into the favor of SGEU if they're able to delay the game.
Yeah. Well, they're going to, with the buyback, they want to make use of it somehow, so immediately.
Yeah, tower in. Yep. Maybe going to force a buyback here from the Pebbles. He has the gold for it.
3,500, holy crap, yeah. Pebbles saving up quite a bit of gold here.
Well, he wanted that Shrunken Head. Almost needed that Shrunken Head against a team like Rally and Wretched Hag. I think with only 10 seconds late. He's okay with sacrificing a tower if it means he's going to get it.
It's going to buy back? Oh, wow. I mean, that grouping up in vulnerability, yeah, would have been very low in time, obviously.
That would have been super sketch, man. I would not have. No.
Hey, if you got kills out of it, maybe, but yeah, that would have been very, very
risk
risky.
Versus reward, though.
They do deny the tower in the end, actually, so it doesn't end up that.
Well, no, it turned out great, and now he's going to get his Shrunken Head in about probably a minute here. Actually, taking the Bubbles to this guy and using help farm, then M4 port. Actually, to go place a ward, not going to be scouted out. They don't have a defensive ward placed there. Imagine if he poured it in there and they had a ward up or a rev ward still up there with Zephyr right there. He would have gusted it back, collected a free 200 gold onto the Nymphora.
That would have been nice. Nice little present for Zephyr. Yeah. But we do see that every now and then. Torture gets the light brand. After
I saw the
purchase.
Apprentice's Robos looking into it. We talked about him turning into a late game beast potentially and how they might need that in order to contend against SGEU's lineup.
Yeah.
Might not be enough, though, when you're going against Shrunken Heads.
Yeah, true. Hag also going the light brand here, and speaking of that Shrunken Head, obviously, the Mighty Blade purchase, so possibly coming up for him. And there's the Shrunken Head on Pebbles, too. So B-Kid going to use that now in his arsenal here of weapons.
This game is far from over.
Yeah.
They need to be able to break base, man. To me, they have not shown that they can do it yet. It's
See bottom lane, Bubbles pushing it out.
A lot tighter play coming out of Sacred now, a little bit more cautious. We see a Observer Ward, Ward of Sight was actually placed by Fitsky next to the ward placed by Peter. Pandam there has no idea right now that it's present. Gonna have to see if Fitsky actually chooses to place a counter ward there, maybe being perceptive to the fact. That's actually, to me, that's the most interesting use of Nymfora's ultimate, is when you actually use it as sort of a way to get those aggressive wards down that you'd have absolutely no way of getting down otherwise without major risk.
Yeah.
And,
wow.
Complete lack of detection, really, so.
Look at this. So Hacks are going interesting, man. Goes the Mighty Blade after the Ice Brand, then he finishes a Frozen Light here. So he's got the Light Brand part of it, as Zai gets picked off, by the way. Hack gets picked up by the Nymfora. Pebbles combination there.
Actually, huge pick-off coming out into Zai. Nymfora Pebbles, more than enough damage to do it, and no buyback there. So I talked about complexity, needing to find those windows to apply pressure and eventually break base. I'm not so sure they have the time for that right now. They're all grouping up to the middle lane, but at least can apply some pressure. Meanwhile, they have to be careful. Zephyr sneaking up here onto the Keeper of the Forest rally, getting the ultimate off.
Yeah, we do see the Typhoons going down right there on top of Keeper of the Forest. So can he get those team support in time? This question.
And
actually, Hacker might need to be careful. Yeah, there's the Keeper ulti. Here comes Pebbles, and look at that complexity. Absolutely cleaning up. Haxer and Falsey just brought that Frozen Light. He cannot buy back. We see Rowley in the meantime trying to compel away. Torture is chasing, has that chain reaction, so it will connect, but he's on the uphill, so he is going to be able to ultimately escape in the end. But now Complexity going to go full force in the face right here.
Hindsight's ultimately 20/20 breaky, but of all targets that they were trying to flank and pick off there, and maybe try to prevent from getting their ultimate off, the Keeper of the Forest, who has a barrier idol, Astrolabe, ultra tanky just inherently, they've got to be regretting that choice, because I think they had time actually to turtle it out. Because I was going to be arriving 20 more seconds. They had time to turtle out and sort of make it happen. So going for that fight, just giving Complexity a few more kills, and not going to be too long before we see a Demonic Breastplate added to Pebbles' arsenal, combined with that Shrunken Head. I talked about them needing more of that physical damage presence as the game went on, and it's, well, going to take place now.
Get it, yeah. Pebbles is going to bring that to the table, so another big pick on a Haxer, and that's his fourth death of the game. 0-4-1 is Haxer here on Zephyr. Only 5 kills for the team, but I mean, usually with the Zephyr lineup, we see it so much that it gets the early start, the pushes start happening, the group up team fights, and before you know it, you're looking at a 30-minute game and victory for the Zephyr team. But not anywhere near the story here for a Stay Green EU with that Zephyr pickup.
I mean, sure. I mean, we used to see the old Stay Green EU also turtle out games until ridiculous amounts, and just allow that.
Bringing up that.
You see the Shrunken Heads coming out eventually onto the Zephyr and the Wretched Hag, and the way those ultimates synergize together, and eventually ending in turmoil for the other side.
So it is going to have to be a game, though, of coming back now, at least later on. Nymfora, that's just in the illusion, so see, she's going to continue to scout with it, actually. Oh, finally gets taken out right there. But just getting some information. Restoration Stone on Keeper of the Forest, by the way. That is coming along pretty nice. He already has a Sustainer. 1,500 gold.
Remember why all that was set up, too? That was because of that Nymfora ulti, placing that aggressive ward, and as mentioned before, Fitsky is normally pretty good about counter-warding that spot, especially with any sort of vision of them entering the jungle. Had no idea.
Yeah, granted, a lot of vision there for Complexity's sake. Keeper of the Forest almost running an Engineer as he throws a turret in the Kagura pit. He's all checking out to see if anything was happening in there, but as we could have seen, it was not. Wretched Hag in the background. So only 1,400 gold saved up, so still trying for that Shrunken Head, I would guess. Actually, SGEU, are they going to maybe try for something? Yes, they are. Rally Compel misses, though. Pebbles goes in first. Demented Shaman going to drop in the background. Kefir going to be coming out. Torture activating all of his abilities. And Pemba going to be going off right there. Wretched Hag chasing him. In comes Bubbles from behind. Keeper of the Forest. Root going off him for a Zeal Stuck coming out right here. Zephyr in the midst of it all. The Typhoon is down. He's going to have to run away, though. The energy field trying to do work, but not enough to scare off Complexity. Double tap for Riser. And Haxer is going to fall back to base. Complexity, or will he? No, he won't. GG, well played. The game is over just like that. Complexity takes the game. They take the series. And Complexity is going to the grand finals to take on Stay Green. Holy crap.
What happened?
That's it.
What happened?
SGEU, I think they just got to a point where they were like, you know what? We're getting impatient. We want to make something happen here.
Nerves definitely came into play.
Yeah.
Nerves had to have come into play there.
Yeah.
Against Lion.
I assume we're setting that up, by the way. Let's actually pull it up when you see right there on your screen, by the way, of course, both teams kind of getting up. I'm sure they're going to go over and shake hands or whatnot. Obviously, Complexity happier than much happier than SGEU, as they should be.
Yeah, the defending champions in Stay Green EU. Not entering the Dream Arena this year and going to have to pass off the title belt to someone else.
Yeah, wow. So Complexity takes the series 2-0. Again, they're going to the grand finals now. They will get that rematch against Stay Green. Do we have that by chance? Yeah, the last fight. I'm actually very curious to see how that ultimately all played out right there. Because, again, I also want to see the initiation choice. They tried to jump Pebbles, I believe. Rally went in with the porta key to jump Pebbles, but then Pebbles blinked in at the same exact time.
And actually killed Demented Shaman instantly.
Okay, so right after he blinks. Okay,
yeah, he kills Demented Shaman. Look at this.
It's right, this is right after he blinks. Pebbles then goes in, and then DS
takes
is like,
this combo, instantly dies. Actually, a combination from Riser coming out a little bit, too. I'm not sure of a minion or an auto attack or something. And,
Zephyr.
They're on out. They have shrunken heads. What's Zephyr going to do? He doesn't really have that much at this point.
Rally gets picked off. Again, the compel was completely whiffed right off the bat, so he's not able to do much else after that other than demoralizing Roar and trying to be a beefy presence. Engineer then picked off after his energy field. Yeah, SGEU, again, I understand where they're coming from. If they got the jump on a Pebbles, perhaps it could have been different, but did not. It just happened to be that portal key blink at the same second, same frame, really. And Complexity taking the series 2-0.
If they didn't have an Amphora, a lot of those ganks would not have been impossible to set up. Just excellent vision being placed. Got to give a lot of credit to Peter Pandam there in the map control he set up for his team, being able to pick off the Zephyr all those times in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen,
that's how it's gonna end. That is the end of the road for Stay Green.
It did kind of sudden there, so I was a little bit taken back by that still. But yeah, Stay Green EU. You're right. They finished 3rd place here. Reigning DreamHack champions.
And the most interesting thing about it, and I'm not sure if we've seen this in previous DreamHacks too, but the team that came out of the first phase of the event, undefeated, in strongest form, not actually going to be entering the Dream Arena. I've seen before in previous events, I remember between Fnatic and TT Esports and Frey, they'd go back and forth, and sometimes one team would be the top seed, the other team second, but they've always made it to the end.
Yeah.
This time, Stay Green EU going to drop, so you'd have a little bit more, I mean, I've been watching all of the events that started on, but I would need a little bit more details on that. But yeah, I think that is something of an upset.
Yeah, Stay Green EU is 7-0. That's what you're referring to, of course, in the group stages, and had a tough road in the had a tough run in the brackets. They had to play a lot of matches when you think about it too, because again the 7-0 had the same amount of group stage matches as everyone else, but when they got to the brackets, they lost to Stay Green initially. Of course, they got bumped to the losers bracket. Then they had to win 2 series there to get to this one. So they played 4 series in total in the bracket stage, and end up coming up just a couple games short, unfortunately for them. Again, they get 3rd place, though. They do get $4,000, so still at least something, but no doubt that they got to be heartbroken and unfortunate for them in the end. And this also means, a GSL on Tour Grand Finals, runner-ups in both of those. This time they get 3rd place, so they're getting so close.
They're still making it far, but it's almost like making it so close and then not succeeding at the end is almost there is more heartbreak behind it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It actually taxes the team, I think, more than when you actually fail to go in the first place. So hopefully they're able to hold throughout all of this. I mean, I really would like to see them continue fighting as a team. I think they're one of the most intelligent, hardworking teams out there on the scene. They obviously dominated in the group stage. They have so much talent behind them. It would be a shame to see them fall off. So
we do have an interview coming up, guys, so don't worry. We do got that coming up from you guys, of course, from Complexity. Don't want to say who it is just yet, but we'll be coming up here shortly. So, but yeah, so again, we got our grand final set up. As far as when that match is supposed to take place now, I was making sure. So at 21:30 according to the schedule, CET. So that's for us. I want to say that's in 45 minutes, right? So it's 2 through 14. It would be no, I lied. Actually, oh, that's an hour and 45 minutes. It actually looks like. So yeah, it was a 2-0 series. Now that I think about it, so it was actually a pretty quick series here. So the grand finals, game number 1 for the grand finals, is set to take place. Yeah, in an hour and 45 minutes. That's actually 3:30 p.m. Eastern time for us, which again is 21:30 Central European time. So hour and 45 minutes. We're going to have a bit of a break here, of course. Again, we'll do our best to keep you entertained in the meantime with videos and trivia and giveaways and whatnot. But Complexity, versus Stay Green, it's worth the wait, right?
It is.
It's worth the wait.
We talked about, with Stay X Trademark, aka becoming SGEU, sort of that major battle between those two teams. You see Trademark versus Stay Green sort of tapered off, and more allies in a sense there, seeing them fight under the same banner. And it sort of shifted the attention to complexity in Stay Green. So in those terms, pretty much the perfect setup.
A lot of people anticipated this matchup. We knew we had it on day number 2. And we get it for the grand finals as well once again. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to throw to the DreamHack. We got an interview for you guys.
Hey guys, HJR here with the one and only Moon Meander from Complexity. How do you feel after that win, man?
Of course, I feel good, and it's great to be in DreamHack and finally able to go to the grand finals again. It's way above my expectation, and grand finals 2 times in a row, 2 DreamHacks in a row, and can't wait to play in a Dream Arena.
I can't wait for you to be there either, to be honest. All right, what are your expectations / excitements going into the final? I mean, you're playing Stay Green. You guys lost to them last series. So any change of strategies, anything of that sort?
Yeah, we're going to bring a whole new ball game to them. We want to try something new, no more Electrician Hack 2012 meta game. We're going to bring some new swag to the scene and new heroes to the scene. And we've been trying a couple of new strategies, and today we even did Safe Lane Bubbles against TDM and Solo Mid Keeper. We're going to try to make Stay Green play out of the comfort zone, and hopefully that will make them tilt a little bit, and we can take the finals.
Would you say you're taking your game to that next level?
That next level. I'm on that next level shit.
All right, sweet. That's good to hear. Well, congratulations again, and good luck in the grand finals, man.
Thanks, H Junior.
All right. Hey, guys, we're going to have another interview after this, but we're going to cut to Breaking Emperor right now, so stay tuned.
Welcome back. I must say, Moon Meander, we usually get to sit back and spend 15 minutes just letting him have fun and talking everything. But this time around, again, there's still business to take care of. There's still business to take care of. So a short and sweet interview right there with the one and only Moon Meander.
Always fun to see his personality, though. Of the people in the Han scene, I think Moon definitely is one of the most boisterous personalities out there.
Yeah.
Definitely has quite the following himself. So I'm sure his fans are just absolutely going crazy right now.
Oh, of course. Yeah, to say the least. Definitely in chat.
I haven't even looked at chat. It probably never ever spam. Probably all over the place.
Plenty of that. As you give them ideas, and now our chat's going to be brutal. So, anyways, no. Again, Moon Meander there again. He was also talking about as far as strategies go and whatnot, and they got some strategies. So apparently, this keeper mid. I don't know if that was planned or if he was just kind of referencing that, but. I'm curious to see maybe these bold and new strategies that he also wasn't afraid to state there that they have. So
to be fair, Kyle, like Ace Cinnamons was standing right behind him. I think he saw that in the background during it. Of course. I doesn't want to give away anything. If anything, making it sound like you have more working to their advantage. I don't think they care though. They have their game plan, and well, that's the thing. Stay Green. They really just. As long as he mentioned before, they get the picks they're going for. They're going to play their game. You guys have to adapt because, as far as they're concerned, they're the best.
Oh yeah. And again, I keep referencing this interview because it was a good quote from Tralfmador. How he was asked how he thought about how Stay Green and they're doing here. This was after they beat them on day number 2. He was asked by Fantasy of Gosu Gamers, and he basically said that it doesn't feel like this is the same Stay Green team. It's just something that's a little off with them. I 100% have confidence that wouldn't be the same right now from him. So.
You know what? Winning has got to feel better finally again after actually experiencing loss because it's that much sweeter.
Yeah.
Finally remember what it's like to truly win again.
But I guess we actually do have that next interview set up for you guys, so take it back, Ace Jr.
Hey guys, HJR here, back again with Argo, aka Lovin' Stuff from the ITS team, CIS team.
Hello, everybody.
How you feeling, Argo?
I'm feeling bad.
Bad?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because we lost all games. We got completely annihilated them.
All right, we wanted to say that, CIS team came here and, when I was talking to you guys had high hopes, taking a game or 2 off of some of the big dogs. How did that experience go? I know you guys only had 2 of your original members. Can you speak on that a little bit?
Yeah, we had language issues between our pair and two.
Make sure to hold the mic to.
We got language issues between 2 of our main supports and carry and stuff like that. We think didn't go well, and.
All right. Well, what are your, DreamHack is passed, or it's still in session, but you guys are out for now. What's the future of CS on? What are you guys going to do when you get back home? You're going to train and try and...
Yeah, I'll try to get my team, and I don't know, I'll try to get passports for the guys who couldn't make it. Yeah, I'll make sure we can get the passport.
All right, yeah, make sure they get the passports and they can come to the event, right? Well, we personally look forward to... Nova, did you want to say a word or two? Yeah. Let's have Nova jump on, too. All right, here's Nova.
All right. Now, guys, I just want to make sure, like, the main thing that is so embarrassing for the ITS team is that they don't have their 5 original players here. And I really want to tell you, they are so sad. Like, they really wanted to show the world that they're able to take off of games of the top teams. And from what I've seen from the original roster, this is actually not far-fetched. And so they have so many visa issues, and they have to come here with 3 ringers. And... lose every single game in like 50 minutes or something, and I don't know, it even looks to an extent like they were throwing on purpose and just trolling everyone, and it was super awful. And obviously you guys don't know the background story, so I just wanted to explain it to you. It's been like really sad for them, and I don't know, I really hope that next DreamHack, ITS or any other CIS team which qualifies comes here and shows the world that they can be a major contender. So props to them.
Yeah, probably. First of all, thanks for coming, guys. It's been a pleasure to have you here at DreamHack overall. So I look forward to seeing you guys again. Nice try this this season, and next time let's hope to see you guys take a few games off the big dogs, maybe even win. Who knows, right?
Maybe.
All right, thanks again, love and stuff. Yeah, thanks, Nova, and thanks. All right, either way, back to Breaky Emperor, and I'm looking forward to the Dream Arena.
Luck.
Thank you.
There you go, ladies. My bad.
Oh, okay. There. I was like, where did Breaky go? I'm not hearing you.
No, there you go. I think I said Nova. We at least got to see Nova there too. That was fun.
Right. And actually, I actually appreciate them both coming on and sort of explaining the situation a little bit more. And you can actually tell he really did feel bad about it. I know Bless and Love stuff. I mentioned it before, and those two guys, I never had anything bad to say about them. They've been on the scene for a long time, very capable players, and it was a shame because initially when I heard ITS qualified, I was saying I do think they can take a couple of games. I didn't think they'd be a total walkover. Seeing the team they had to wind up coming here with in the end, it's got to be heartbreaking. Imagine that for them, qualifying, through the CIS qualification tourney, and then having to come with a team that is so ill-prepared, and the world is all reflecting at. You know how people can be, and that's the representation they're going to have. So I actually do feel bad for them in the end, and they're making a point. I hope they're able to show their stuff better in the future. Yeah,
I'm glad Nova came on there again to definitely help explain that love and stuff.
And
I did his part as well, and a name that we've heard before. But hey, for the next event, whatever it may be, whichever one it may be, to perhaps see the CIS region again, and I hope that things could be different because it's bad on all sides. I mean, let's be honest. For our side, it's kind of like okay, and their side clearly it was very frustrating and to deal with. But that's good to hear though.
Yeah, I mean they're competitors in the end, man. They worked hard to get here in the first place, so it's got to be heartbreaking.
All right, though. On that note, guys, again, we got the grand finals. It is officially set one more time. We got Complexity State Green. Could we have asked for anything? I really don't think so.
Not.
I mean, it's setting up perfectly, really, as far as the grand finals go. This has been an amazing event. Hopefully, you guys have seen that too, and hopefully, you guys have been entertained all 3 days. And well, we only have one more series now, Emperor. We finally made it to the one more series.
Enter the Dream Arena. Of course, the first game will be casted outside.
Okay, so let's quickly explain that one more time. Yeah, so the broadcast schedule, you can check it on ghostgamers.net/Han. Yourself, but if you go there, you can check out the broadcast schedule. The Grand Finals Game 1, like I said, it starts in just about an hour and a half from now, really. So in about an hour and a half, 3:30 p.m. Eastern, that's 21:30 Central European Time. That's when the Grand Finals will start for Game number 1. It'll be a normal setup here and everything. We'll do everything exactly the same. So you'll definitely tune in for that. After the first game, though, so once Game 1 is actually finished, just like last event, we did the same thing. We'll take a break. We'll actually move things, at least, well, not us technically, but at the event, we're going to get on a plane and hop to Sweden. And anyways,
the ultimate surprise.
We're not doing that. Yeah, we're not doing that, unfortunately.
Okay.
Maybe. But at the event, they're actually going to move everything, get everything over to the actual Dream Arena, and then where we will continue our coverage. And that's set to happen at 23:30 Central European Time, which is 2 hours later. So 5:30 p.m. Eastern. 23:30 Central European Time. So And again, we're going to be casting at the Dream Arena. As far as you watching on the stream, really nothing should change for you guys. So you don't really need to worry about that as far as you guys watching at home. But for those that are actually at DreamHack, and it sounds like there definitely is plenty even tuning into the cast from your computers at DreamHack at the BYOC and whatnot. Shout out to you guys, by the way. Hello, hello. Or wait, hello. It's not the same. It's not the same when no one responds. I'm sure they're responding out there.
You probably missed it a little bit, man. You've been there. I've yet to experience it. So hopefully you've done a great job still delivering the experience to you. Keeping the hype here on Highcast.
So for those that are there, though, again, at the Dream Arena at 23:30 Central European Time, is when the Hog Grand Finals will be in the Dream Arena for Game 2, and then a Game 3 pending, obviously, whatever the results may be. So there you go. That's the explanation as far as what's to come.
Yep.
You know that's what they do. You know about that, right?
What?
Or so one random guy. Okay,
I'm actually pretty sure I don't know about it.
Maybe I should put this in context. Makes more sense. So yeah, you see chat. Chat understands. The people from DreamHack in Sweden understand. For whatever reason, I remember my first DreamHack went there, and all of a sudden this random guy walking down one of the aisles of DreamHack just shout out "Hollow" and "Hollow" or whatever like that.
And everyone shouts
all
back?
All of a sudden, everyone starts echoing like all throughout the freaking
Really?
DreamHack. It was crazy. So I'm like thinking to myself, and so I wondered to myself, was that a DreamHack thing or maybe a Swedish thing? So we're at a place called Max's Burger. It's kind of like a McDonald's over there, but even a lot better.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Hello," and waiting to order, and no one said anything. So I guess it's a DreamHack thing. I found that out the hard way, but no, but it's a lot of fun being there. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting the chance to go back once again. Anyways, I'm rambling on. Any final words you have before we shape up here and get ready for the grand finals?
No, just getting ready to see these teams enter the arena, face off in one of the most epic grand finals we will have seen in DreamHack history.
Yeah, it really is. It's going to be. We've had some great finals for sure from DreamHack, but I find it hard to believe that this won't be up there with them, if not the best we've seen. Complexity versus Stay Green.
Complexity.
It's coming out, man.
Getting a second shot now.
Yeah,
getting
they were
the title.
runner-ups last. Yeah, again, they have another shot at the title, and again, last event they were the big dogs going in, like Stay Green was this time. So there's a lot of storylines. We'll definitely go over all those once we come into the pregame for that. But again, hour and a half from now, grand finals, Complexity, Stay Green, DreamHack Summer 2013 Championship. The title's on the line. Stay around. We'll be here. Hour and a half from now. Complexity, Stay Green.